Named Florent Groberg, Army retired captain, infantry officer. Retired from the Army in July 2015 due to injuries sustained in Afghanistan in 2012. I have always associated myself as an American. So it was simple. When 9/11 happened, that was an attack on my country. And I needed to go earn the right to call myself an American. The second time I went to Afghanistan in 2012, I ran a personal security detail for Brigadier General Mingus. And I had 5 guys under my command, and we had a simple job, which is protect him and protect the command sergeant major. I got to see what it's like to lead, at such a high level. When we landed, well, it was just one of those eerie moments that you have in combat, specifically in regards to just things not feeling right. Sixth sense, spidey senses. The mission was simple, one of our easiest missions, technically. But there's nothing easy about combat. There's nothing easy about Afghanistan. In this case, we had way too many VIPs. Atmospheres were the same as normal, but it's just something, it felt quiet. There's a reason behind it. It's because we were targeted. Literally 250 meters, 300 meters to go. As we got close to a bridge leading into the compound, 2 motorcycles came around a curve directly at our patrol. As I looked to my left, I saw a young man walking backwards, parallel to our patrol. And at that point, I'm fixated on him. Where did he come from? What are his intentions? So at that moment, you just react, and I left my position. I went at him, I yelled at him, I hit him with my rifle in his chest, and as soon as I hit him across his chest, I knew that he was probably wearing a suicide belt. And at that point, you kind of realize that this is real, so you just do your job. And in this case, the job was simple: protect the boss at all costs. In our world, if you die protecting the boss and the boss lives, that's a good day. It's a good day at work. So when I hit him and I grabbed him by the vest, the only thing I was thinking about was getting him as far away as possible, and that's when I threw him, and then he landed at my feet and he detonated. His detonation killed 4. Command Sergeant Major Griffin, Major Gray, Major Kennedy, and Reggie Abdel Fattah. It's one of those things where you don't understand how you get to survive, and they don't. It was the worst day of my life. Well, after you leave that scene, your life is in the hands of doctors. Walter Reed is a humbling place. It is a place where you get to quickly understand what incredible individuals serve our country. So you don't ever join the military for medals. I'm in Nevada doing my job as a civilian, and I get a phone call from a senior high-ranking official in the Pentagon telling me that to expect a phone call. I figured it was a Distinguished Service Cross. No, it was the President of the United States.
We honor Flo because his actions prevented an even greater catastrophe. You see, by pushing the bomber away from the formation, the explosion occurred farther from our forces and on the ground instead of in the open air. While Flo didn't know it at the time, that explosion also caused a second unseen bomb to detonate before it was in place. Had both bombs gone off as planned, who knows how many could have been killed.
At the end of the call, you have the President of the United States giving you an order, telling you, don't tell anyone about this until we announce it. So, obviously we broke that order. I have all due respect to the President and everything, but if I didn't tell my mother, it would have been a different situation for me.
Precisely why we honor heroes like Flo. Because on his very worst day, he managed to summon his very best. we are here to award you our nation's highest military distinction, the Medal of Honor.
I truly believe that this is theirs just as much as it is mine, as much as it is not theirs nor mine, because it represents the guys that didn't come home and their families. There are over 45,000 different organizations out there trying to help veterans. And there are many great ones, special local ones. But there are very few who can have a direct impact. And when they do receive funds, they use all that money to support the veteran and their families. And you know, when the VA fails, you have an organization like PenFed who goes out there in California and helps out. And they put our veterans and their families in a great place where they can get treatment. They don't have to spend $500 a night on a room. It's free. And that is a world of difference. That saves lives. And sometimes in turn we have to be thankful, and so I'm thankful to be here.